Hello, everyone. We are live on Do As We Do Friday. I'm Kimberly Scott, and my co host today again is.
Jill Armijo.
Hi, Jill. Thanks for joining me again.
Hi, Kimberly. I love it.
Yes. We're super excited to be here every Friday talking about sharing caregivers' struggles, caregiver stories, tips like we're going to go through some today. But number one, most important thing, we're here to build awareness around caregivers and what it's like to be thrown into caregiving if you're not having a conversation with your loved ones. Do As We Do was started to first financially help those unpaid family caregivers, give them support, as well as get them talking about the what if they can no longer care for themselves and they need some help. What do they do then? So, um, our topic today is 8 tips on tips and tools, right, Jill? Tips and
Yep. Tips and
tools
tools. Yep.
on keeping your loved ones safe. And just a quick reminder, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Do As We Do, Jill's Do As We Do, and Do As We Do's Twitter. So wherever you're watching us from, please hit the notification button so that you know what time on Fridays we'll be going live. And we have a special guest next week that it will be a little bit different schedule, but we'll go over that at the end. But just wherever you're watching us, let us know, comment if you have a question, if you have a similar suggestion or situation. We want to engage with you. You want to know about it. And yeah, if you have a question for Jill or myself, leave it there as well. So without further ado, let's jump into our 8 tools and tips. First on the docket are grip or grab bars. Am I saying that correctly, Jill?
I think they're usually called grab bars, but grip bars, I think people would know what you mean.
Yeah, I hope so. You need them no matter what,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So, did you want me to go ahead and talk about them?
Yeah.
So, grab bars are really useful in the shower and bathtub, but they can be super useful in other places too.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk about another place a little bit later. But of course, the shower and the bath are so helpful, especially when your loved one has a hard time stepping over or if it's hard for them to get down and up. Right next to the potty is really fabulous too. You
Mm-hmm.
can put them on a wall or on a counter. They just need to be installed by somebody who knows how to, find the studs and do all the things so that they won't rip it out of the wall and so that
Yeah.
they'll be safe.
Yeah.
And Kimberly was asking me about the suction grippy ones. And we
Yeah.
actually have some suction ones that my husband put on our shower. And all the reviews, well, all the reviews that are negative about them say that they're
Mm-hmm.
unsafe and they don't hold. So
Okay.
about 10% of the reviews that I looked at were one stars, and
Mm-hmm.
it was because they don't hold. So I wouldn't recommend the grip bars for your loved one. I
Yeah.
would just go with the ones that you have to install with the screws and stuff.
And if you live in an apartment community, you can ask for it's what's called a reasonable accommodation, and to get these that you see over here, these silver ones installed into the shower, into your bathroom, you just have to ask them if whether they will provide it. If they don't, you purchase the equipment and then they will install it or at least oversee the installation. I would recommend asking them to install because it is a reasonable accommodation, because you're not totally changing up the entire bathroom. You're just adding something that will keep your loved ones safe. So have a conversation with your landlord, your apartment owner, whoever it is that you're renting from, to get the grab bars installed, because you definitely want them, like Jill said, properly installed so that they don't come out of the wall and they don't fall off. So it is something that super important, and don't think you have to go at that alone. Just talk to your landlord about that, about a reasonable accommodation of adding grip bars to your bathroom for your loved one.
Yeah, and be sure if your loved one is coming home from rehab or something, make sure the OT or the physical therapist that follows them and maybe does home health or just does a home health assessment, even if they don't end up coming out to the house to do therapy for your loved one, make sure that they give you some tips on where and how to put the grab bars. Sometimes it's better to have the grab bars up and down. I've worked in facilities where all the grab bars are horizontal. And a lot of times it's really hard, especially if somebody has wet hands or they just don't have any grip strength at all. They'll slide along the horizontal ones, whereas the ones that are standing straight up and down. But a lot of places, my mom and dad have them both. They have a standing up one and a horizontal one, so that whatever works best, whether you're trying to pull yourself up or whether you're trying to pull yourself forward or scoot sideways, just have your loved one maybe sit down on the toilet or try to get in and out of the bathtub and see where they want to. Ask them, where would I put this grab bar, and let them help you figure out where they would love to just grab something to get in and out.
That's a great tip. A couple of the grab bars that I Googled that you see here, one of them has, they are chrome, but then it also has grip on the outside. So they aren't slippery like they are over here to the right, like the stainless steel ones. So that's a great tip, to be able to have your loved ones sit down in the shower and also get some help from the physical therapist or the occupational therapist. Super important. So
yeah, and to your point, having some friction on the bar would be really good rather than just having a smooth surface.
Yeah, because when you're wet and soapy, or if your hands are wet, that definitely will cause them to not be able to pull themselves up and be comfortable in doing so. Yeah. Where's the other place that you recommend sticking some grab bars?
Okay, at the doorway. If you have an older home and the doorway into the bathroom and out of the bathroom, or into and out of bedrooms, a lot of doorways of really old homes are super narrow, and it's hard for the wheelchair to get in and out of the bathroom. And so people end up needing to walk from the entrance clear to the potty or the shower if they can. And a lot of people can walk those few feet. So they need a grab bar in order to help them stand up from their wheelchair safely and to be able to turn around and sit back down again. And again, if you can get a professional to help you figure out what's safest for your loved one, to see if they really even should be, taking that stint from the wheelchair outside of the bathroom into the bathroom. Important. Just depends on the level of your function of your loved one.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Number 3, because are the mats. So let me bring up what I found when I put in the old Googler. The mats, which there are lots, and we're not we're not promoting one over the other. We're recommending that you do your research and get in there and look and see what are the best best tools based on these top 8 or these top tips that we're giving you. So this is I put into Google shower mats that are non-slip, and this is what came up. But Jill had said it's really important to make sure to select the ones that don't, or that have grip on the corners.
They grip on the bottom. You need to have grip on the bottom so that they'll stick, so that when your loved one steps on them, they don't slide. So no rugs. You got to get the rugs out of your bathroom. And even mats, if you have a floor and surfaces that you don't really need a mat, then it's better to just not have them. But in tubs, they're really usually a pretty good idea. But you have to make sure that the edges are tapered so that, like the skis on the bottom of wheelchairs, won't flip them up and trip the person who's using the walker, and just to make sure their toe doesn't catch. Like some
Yeah.
mats, the edge is really big, and you're just gonna like run into it with your toes and
Yeah, like this
flip.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, just like Kimberly said, um, don't take our advice. I mean, you want to take our advice a little bit, but you need to do your homework and make sure you get what's best for you and your loved one. And if you can get a
Yeah.
professional opinion, that's even better.
Yeah. Most definitely. Okay. Next on our list would be the shower head. This has definitely been a saving grace for us. My mom, in the very beginning, had a huge issue with the one, how hot or cold the shower was, right? So it took her longer to get in. But because we got a shower head installed, which will pop up here in a second, I'm hoping my internet isn't going to slow on me. Oh, there we go. I can then point the shower head far enough away from her and hand her the head while she sees me moving the knob to hotter or colder, whatever it makes her feel most comfortable. Because she would, before we did this, she would just, no, it's not, like she wouldn't even get in to touch the water. So they already are scared of the water as it is. So might as well, this definitely, having a detachable shower head helps a lot.
Yeah. And so, like you said, if you can hand it to them and have them hold it so that it's away from them and they can just feel or put it on their knee, spray it on their knee or whatever, and see, what temperature they like the best. That's just so nice to give them the control of that shower head while you're making adjustments. And if they can't control it, make sure that the stream is facing away from them while you adjust the temperature of the water.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then for like when you're shampooing their hair, you can just hand them the shower head so that they can, hold it on their back or their chest or their legs or wherever it feels comfortable to be warm while you're scrubbing
Exactly
body parts and faces.
Yeah. And you can get them as low as $16 at Walmart and there's Lowe's, pretty much they have them. You can get them as fancy as you want them or as cheap as you want them.
Yeah.
And if you live in an apartment, again, you can take them with you. If you know how to install them, that's great. If not, ask for a little bit of help from your maintenance person or the landlord, because I'm sure they would rather it be installed properly, and so that way when you do leave, you can take it out and it's as it was before. So just talk to your landlord. But these are super helpful for those, for your loved ones that definitely don't like showering already.
Yeah.
So, okay. Next on our list is
the auto turn on and off the heat, or the auto max heat. I don't know what you call it, but my parents. Oh, sorry. I think we're kind of.
Okay. No, it's the faucet that automatically turns. It's touchless, and it turns and it's lit. I found two when I put in easy to install faucets that turn on and off. That's what I Googled, and you can see here the top two that I found. This one had 425 reviews. It was a smart touchless faucet adapter for your kitchen and bathroom, any kind of automatic with a light. And reading the reviews and just looking at the pictures, it looked very simple. They even give you a little video down here to look at. And then there's the iTouchless Easy Pro Automatic, which had 850 reviews and is 100% touch free, as well as it's adaptable. It's a faucet adapter for the bathroom. So whichever you prefer, but this makes it easy for them to wash their hands, not forget to wash the hands as well. I know sometimes my mom gets confused as to which one's hot or cold, and sometimes she'll hit the hot first. And if you got super fast, hot water, it can burn them. So this definitely will be useful in solving that problem. And there was 850 reviews. So go do some research. But if your loved one is being starting to forget, how to turn on the faucet, this is a super helpful tool. Any insight on your end from you, Jill? Any thoughts on this?
And then besides those, there's also just things you can install. Like, I'm not sure how, because I haven't ever done it, but there's sensors that you can install so that the water doesn't get too hot. Like, you want the water in your house to be able to get really hot, but not too hot. But you don't want your loved one to be taking a shower and get scalded. So
yeah,
you can get those adjustment thingies too, so that the temperature of the water won't get like above 110 or something like that. So it won't burn them.
Okay, good to know. So there's sensors. Very, very important. The joy of technology is something that I feel very blessed in this time of, not having to figure. I can't even imagine back in the day, when your grandparents were, when you were helping with your grandparents, just not having all the advancement they do now. Right.
Yeah. Burns are one of the most, so falls are the biggest, and then burns, well, I don't know how they're ranked, but burns are a huge reason for people to have, that's like the last thing that happens, and then they can't recover from it.
Okay.
In fact, my grandma, that was the last thing that happened to her. One of her home health aides accidentally left a hot pack on her ankle, and it created a burn. And my grandma wasn't able to heal from it, and she eventually had to have her leg amputated or die of sepsis, which was really not a good option. And then she never did really recover because she couldn't walk anymore. And she was 95 years old, and it was really rough. So it was pretty sad. So burns are a huge reason that people just become so incapacitated that they really can't function anymore. So it's a really bad thing. So make sure your loved one can't burn themselves in the shower or in the sink in the bathroom.
For sure. Okay. Next on our list is the auto flush gadget
for the toilet.
And this is something that shout out to mom of my mom. She's on Instagram as well as TikTok, but I learned about this. We haven't gotten this far where we need to have an automatic flusher, but this automatically, it's a sensor tool that is easy to add. You don't have to buy a whole new toilet. You can, there's a video on here, but it's a whole kit that you can install into your toilet where you don't have to worry about flushing anymore. Just once the person stands up, it automatically flushes for them. So you don't have to, one, if they forget, or two, if they want to do something to make all the stuff go away other than just flushing it, because they eventually will forget that is a part of going to the potty. And she highly recommended this. Again, I have not used it, but it came from a reliable source that, totally endorsed the FlushMinder. So that is very interesting. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Next, it would be number
7.
7. The difference between, we're going to show you a shower chair and a bench, as well as just kind of give some tips on how to and what to think about. Here we go. So this is a bench that is used. I'm going to click on it so you can see. Oh, where'd it go? Come on. Don't you love it? My internet is just, here we go. So let me, Please forgive me as my internet is moving slowly. But this is a bench used for when someone has a tub and does not have a shower. It has adjustable legs because you're like you said, Jill, earlier, that the length from the top of the bench and the legs on the inside of the tub and the legs on the outside might be a little bit different. So, or the height is different. So you can adjust the legs, and they sit down.
The tub bottom might be different than the floor
there you go.
level. The level of the floor and the level of the tub bottom. Put my hands in front of the camera. Anyway, yeah. And so you can see how the back of this transfer bench is kind of off to the side. That's because the other side of the bench is outside of the tub. That's where your loved one sits down, and then they bring their legs, or you help them get their legs over the side of the tub, and then they scooch over a little bit, and then they sit on the part that's in the tub and have a little back support. But that makes it so they don't have to step over to get into the tub, for people that can't lift one leg up and step over.
Yeah. And for those, and this is for also older homes that don't have the option to put in a shower. So you can use a bench, a shower bench. Now a shower chair, this is a shower chair. So we can get a nice little picture. Here's one heavy duty shower chair that goes inside. If my image will, wow, technology is not on my side today. Please hold. I'm trying to enlarge this picture. Come on, it doesn't want to. Well, you can see here that this is a shower chair. So it's something that goes into the shower. You sit it down and the person can, step in to it and sit down. Correct? Am I explaining that correctly?
Yep.
Jill?
Yes. And I wish I would have looked up. I completely forgot, but we had somebody in our Facebook group, Caregivers Living Abundantly, that is an OT, and she posted what she felt like was a really great option for a shower chair. And it had little roundy bottoms on the legs, so that the chair was less likely to tip. And it was a chair that actually, I don't remember if it had handles or not, but it was just a much safer chair than some other ones. But yeah, make sure that your chair is very well balanced in the tub, that it fits really well in the tub and doesn't like tip. Like the one on the very far right here looks like a really good one to me.
I think this looks pretty solid and thick. It has those little round, they had their round suction cups, actually, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but again, do some research, look at the review. This one has 1,800 reviews. Ooh, and it's got a 4.7. Yeah, that's pretty good. And it looks good. Like it's pretty reasonable. You have different options to purchase it from. So that's another good thing for sure. So for different budgets. But if you do happen to find, Jill, if you happen to find the name of whatever the chair that your OT person recommended, then we can always
I'll put it in the comments to this post.
Okay, awesome. Next is, I got those backwards. Oh, we already did. Oh, it's last but not least. We've already gone through
the fun one. Now
is the bidet, or as we're going to show you, the tushy bidet.
Tushy shower.
Yes. Tushy sheet, bidet seat. So this was something when I Googled, I don't know how I don't know how that happened, but I Googled bidet and lots of things came up. And this was one of the top searched ones as well. It has really great reviews. There is, what was it? The original Tushy, and then it's like 2.0 Tushy. And let's see, let's go over here. The bidet collections, because they ranged in from 100 to this one. This other one was $500. So there was a range in cost. And then I'll show you the reviews here in a second. I did Google, when I did Google the Tushy, there was something that came up on Amazon and they didn't have as good reviews. It looked like it was similar to the Tushy Classic, but it was not. And because it was way too, it was like 50 as opposed to the $100 that they have listed here. There's a Tushy Classic, Tushy Spa, and then this Tushy Ace electrical bidet seat. Either way, they're easy to install. The videos all looked super easy to install. I'm gonna purchase one of these for my mom, and we're gonna do a second video on, and I'll give you a real life review on it because it is something that's super important. They have a 4.5 on Google, and this is from 9,000 reviews. So I think that's not bad.
And remember, Kimberly, what you were saying, the reviews that aren't 5-star reviews, we're mostly talking about problems with the color and something, just superficial things. So they weren't like safety issues or anything.
Yeah.
So,
but I would recommend going straight to their site if this is something that you're interested in doing, and purchasing straight from Hello Tushy is what this product is called, and explain the reasons behind why this is an option. It's a less expensive option than overall toilet paper and wipes, but medically, Jill, can you talk a little
again,
about that?
Washing the Tushy instead of wiping forward for women is really good for preventing bladder infections, which is a very common occurrence to elderly people. So the bidet can help with that. And also it can help so that they feel like they're done with their business, because we kind of know that for a lot of elderly people, their BM is a highlight of the day. And if that BM is successful, then they are happy. And if that BM is not successful, then they're pretty worried. And lots of people feel like they didn't quite get it all out. And so they dig or do things that are very creative and maybe play with things and stuff. And so it's just a really nice thing so that they can feel like they've gotten cleaned up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important.
And so they have gotten cleaned up.
Yeah. So
it's not a trick.
No, I'm going to order the Tushy Classic from Hello Tushy and give it a review, and we'll do another episode on it because I'm super interested. I know that this was definitely a cultural thing, I guess. Back when I was growing up, you didn't see very bidets in Texas anyways, or we're in the area from El Paso, Texas. But traveling to Europe, the few times I got to go, you definitely saw them there, and or in homes that were
posh.
I don't know. Yes, posh is a good word.
Yeah,
yes,
I haven't seen very many bidets either. One of the places where I teach exercise classes has a bidet in their public bathroom. I just thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh, okay. Nice.
Get prepared.
Yep.
But it's definitely, especially for women. I mean, it's a good idea for men too. Just a good idea to keep them clean overall in general. But for women, the UTIs that you can prevent
can save their life. Yeah. UTIs can be a really hazardous thing. So
yeah, because that also can also increase or accelerate their cognitive decline. Am I
Yeah,
correct in saying?
UTIs usually make people goofy when they're older. Yeah.
For
And
sure.
can lead to renal failure really quick.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we definitely not good. So,
or kidney failure, not renal failure. Sorry, I said that wrong. Kidney failure.
Yeah. I knew what you're talking about, but I didn't know what was the right word. Yes. Okay.
Oh dear.
But again, these are 8 tips and resources that we recommend you go check out. Do your research on them. There were 2 on here that came highly recommended. The others had good reviews, but everything from the grab grip bars to the shower, non-slip shower mats, to a shower head, your auto faucet, easy to install with a light. So they, and you threw in that there are sensors for water temperature as well, right, Jill? And then the auto flush, it was I have to go back and look at the name of that. I won't be able to, but it was the auto flusher that was recommended by mom of my mom. The shower chair,
FlushMinder, that's what it was.
FlushMinder, yes. Came highly recommended for mom of my mom. And then the Hello Tushy that will help your loved one get clean after they go potty. So, which I will do a review once I get that in and we test it out for a month or so. I'm hoping that
I'll have Kimberly do a live demonstration.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, kind of live, but I mean, not demonstration. I'll wear some shorts, maybe a bathing suit. But yeah, I think that'd be quite interesting for sure. Maybe that's one that we do on Instagram, then come back. We'll do the live on Instagram and then we'll come back here and show it and talk through it, because that could be quite entertaining for sure. I'm going to have a little bit of help and have someone help me record that one so that I get the right angles and nothing gets nobody gets wet and nothing inappropriately gets shown.
And the whole bathroom doesn't get wet.
Yeah.
Maybe you could film the little installation too.
I will.
Easy it is.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't read instructions. I don't know about you, but I'm
not handy at all.
Yeah, I have to watch someone do it. I have to go look at YouTube to be able to do, but I'm not an instruction reader. I'm a give me the ABC and show me the diagram and I can put that together. It may or may not come out right, but
yeah.
So if I can install it, anybody can, is my point. So yeah, I'm hoping that it'll be that easy. So all the reviews said it was for sure. But those are our 8 tips to keep your loved ones safe. We're going to wrap up. And again, Jill will put the link to the preferred shower chair that she mentioned, that her physical therapist in the caregivers living abundantly. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Yes. So we'll put that in the comments, as well as I'll put the if I can find that link from I'll put shower tushy as well as the other one from mom of my mom in this this video's comments or description. So
and we wanted to announce that next week's is not going to be on Friday. It will be on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. So that's 8 p.m. Eastern and 5 Pacific.
Okay.
And we have a special guest, and Kimberly won't be there. So hopefully I will remember to.
I will be traveling.
Kimberly's going to be traveling.
Yes. But we will definitely post. You'll get the announcement. So again, wherever you're watching us from, and make sure you subscribe. Yeah, because we'll put something up for Wednesday, and we'll put the times up, as well as who she is. A physical therapist, or is she an occupational therapist?
She's a physical therapist.
Okay.
Yeah. And she has an Instagram account that she does really good stuff on Instagram. It's called Keeping Grandparents Safe is her Instagram thing.
Okay. We'll put that in our post as well for next Wednesday. So again, we won't be on Friday, but we'll be coming to you live earlier in the week on Wednesday. And again, that will be at what you said, 6 Mountain Standard.
6 Mountain. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific.
Awesome. Yay.
Have to think about those.
Yes, that's easy. So we appreciate everyone. If you watch us again on the replay, let us know where you watched from. I'm just going to throw these up. If you want to connect with Jill, you can do so here, either at her website or on all the social media platforms. Jill Armijo. Make it really easy, Jill, to find you. As well as DoAsWeDo. Feel free to connect and follow us on any of our platforms, or check out DoAsWeDo.org and how you can get involved. And if you want to be a guest on DoAsWeDo, please reach out. You can go to our link tree, DoAsWeDo, and get, request to be on. We'd love to hear your story, because this is all about sharing. Because sharing is caring, especially when it comes to caring for your loved ones. And we don't want anyone to have to be unprepared. So we're here sharing all our knowledge. So until next week, thank you, Jill. Appreciate you.
For now, TTFN.
Yeah. Bye.
Hey, bye.